Sixth graders, we're going to go through lesson 8 together. And lesson 8 is about the order of operations. Okay? The order of operations are the steps that you use to find the answer when you are given a problem that contains multiple operations. Like it contains addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponents, parentheses. It has all of that in one problem. And when you have that, you can remember to follow the steps by remembering some tools. Okay, one of them is called PEMDAS, which stands for
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Thank you. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, this is what it means, class. Listen. When you are given a problem, the first thing you should look for are parentheses. Parentheses will tell you to work inside of those first. To do everything and find the answer inside the parentheses first. And that's why that's the first step. So you can remember P stands for parentheses. Once you've done everything in the parentheses and you have an answer in the parentheses, then you go to step 2. In our last lesson you learned about exponents and what they mean. And so if you see exponents in the problem, you have to solve the exponents next and find the answer to any number that has an exponent. Okay? Once you're done with all the exponents, then you go to step 3.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Let it happen again, Kate. Okay. Number 3. Class.
Yes.
Listen, you have to finish an entire step before you go on to the next step. Okay? So that's why it says in step 3, do all multiplication and division in order from left to right. And then once you've finished all the multiplication and division, keep your eyes up here, then you go on to step 4 and do all the addition and subtraction. So you should not do addition and subtraction if you still have division or multiplication to do. Okay? And always remember to please excuse Let's look at some examples. Look at this example. So, what you're going to do when you are working on these today is I want you to write this 1P, that stands for parentheses, 2E, 3, put M/D, and 4, A/S. Okay? Then you'll be given a problem like this one. So when you're looking at this problem, you should see there's multiplication in it, there's addition, subtraction, and an exponent. So where should we start? Parentheses. We look for parentheses. There's no parentheses. So we'll put a check mark next to that because that step is done. And go on to the next step. Remember, you have to finish a step before you go on to any other steps.
Okay.
So we have to do the next step. Is E stands for what?
And notable exponents and
Yep.
power.
Exponents or powers. And 2 squared has an exponent. So, in your example, in your notes, underneath the 2 squared, we're going to write the answer to that. Right underneath the problem, write the 4. When you are working out these problems, you're going to work them out by working down. And as the as we work down, it's going to get to our answer at the bottom. Okay? After you do the exponents, are there any other exponents? So we're done with step 2. Put a check mark and go on to step 3. Is there multiplication or division? Yes. So you have to do that next. And write the answer again underneath the question that we're doing.
Wait, why is it?
And I like to put a little V. It shows that I'm working out these two questions so that I only do this once. So put a little V that shows I'm working on the answer of these two, and I'm going to write the answer underneath. 7 times 3 is 21. Okay? Then I'm going to bring down the addition sign because now I'm going to add or subtract in order from left to right. All of the multiplication and division are done. There's only one multiplication. And so now I'm going to add or subtract. Okay? And this is where you have to work in order from left to right. So some of you are asking about that. What does that mean, in order from left to right? This is what it means. You don't want to start here and then go this way and then back that way. You want to do this in order because we're all on step 4. And so add them in order. Add 21 plus 4 first. So I'll put a little V because I'm going to write the answer to that. 21 plus 4 is 25.
Oh, I know.
And then bring down the minus 3.
And then it's 22.
And then the answer is?
Wow, that is so cool.
Okay.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know how.
Yeah.
Boy.
What we're doing here is we're solving a puzzle. We're given this expression, it's called an expression, and we're given this expression, and you have to figure out what it equals. And you have to use these rules. You have to follow these steps when you're doing this. Okay? I want you to try one. I want you to do this one.
Should we do this in our notes or in?
In your notes, 5 squared times 15 minus 8 plus 4.
No. We just said no.
Okay.
I was finding a pen.
Nope, do this in your notes. This is an example. And write this on the side. T-E-M-D-A-S. Write that on the side. Five squared times 15 minus 8 plus 4. Right? P-E-M-D.
Stop, Matt.
Okay, listen. First, work inside parentheses and write the answer underneath. Now, what we're going to have to do is, we call this bringing down what's left. So, this is done. We did the 15 minus 8, but we have to bring down what's left. 5 squared times plus 4. And the parentheses are done. We have exponents next. 5 squared. Is 5 squared 10? No. 5 squared is 25. Why?
It's 5 times 5.
It's 5 times 5. Right. It's not 5 times 2. It's 5 times 5 times 7 plus 4. So now I'm done with the exponents. Now, the answer is already inside the parentheses, so we really don't need the parentheses anymore. Okay? Once you've found the answer inside parentheses, you can actually erase them or ignore them. Okay? You really don't need parentheses once you've found the answer inside the parentheses. Okay? So now, what should we do next? Should we add or multiply? Matt? Multiply. Multiply 25 times 7. And if I were you, I'd count by 25s. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. Then, add the 4. So we're done with multiplication division. Add the 4, 179. And always circle your answer at the bottom. Okay? Nate. Okay. 179, isn't it? So when you're doing your assignments, class. Class.
Yes.
Listen carefully. When you are working out your assignment, this is what it should look like.
Okay.
It should look like, kind of like an upside down pyramid, which has the answer at the bottom circled. Okay?
Mr. Mom's
It should look like a triangle with the answer circled at the bottom. Well, the trouble with that is you might forget about the 4. Okay? So you just have to be careful you don't forget about it. Alright?
Mr. Monsky?